Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be going, back in time to the old school beauty guru days of doing monthly favorites videos. So today we're going to be talking about my July monthly favorites. I have not done one of these videos in a very long time, but I love watching them because it just really opens my eyes to a lot of new products that people, are loving, and a lot of products that maybe I've just never seen or heard of. So I love watching these videos, and I have a ton of new products that I have not talked about on camera that I have been absolutely in love with, and I really wanted to share them with you guys today because I didn't want to, keep them all to myself. I wanted to let you guys know some of the things I've been loving. If you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. The button will be down there, and give the video a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to see the products I've been loving for the month of July, then just stay tuned. So first we're going to start with skincare because there are only 2 products, but they are so good. And the first one is going to be this Glow Recipe Pineapple Bright Serum. It's brightening and smoothing, and it's in a little pineapple bottle, like a little dropper bottle, which I think is so cute. I really love Glow Recipes products, and their packaging is really just stunner. But I received this in PR probably about a month or 2 or 3 ago. Honestly, I don't really know, but I haven't really touched it. I don't live at home anymore, so all my PR stuff still comes home and to my mom's house. It just all kind of piles up back there on that desk that you guys see. And I finally was like, you know what? I want a new serum. I want something that's going to, make a little bit of a difference in my skin. And this is so good. It smells like, I don't like the smell of pineapple. And it does have like a strong pineapple-y scent. So if you don't like pineapple, just plug your nose when you're using it. But when I mean this does brighten my skin, it is like night and day. It definitely, soaks into the skin though. So it's not like one of those serums that will sit on top of your skin and make you look like really dewy and glowy, because that's not what this does. This really does absorb into my skin and makes my skin look like completely matte and like even, which is something that I really like because I do have some redness in my cheeks. I will leave everything down below of where you can purchase it, but this is really good, especially if you're looking for like a little bit of brightness and you need a new serum. This one is great. Okay, this next product, you guys can thank me for later. I will send you my mailing address and you guys can ship the checks to me because this product is beyond amazing. And for all of you guys who, have a little bit of breakouts, or you guys have like acne, this is amazing. This is the 4th Ray Beauty Later Hater, and it's a spot treatment. And when I mean you put it on at night and you wake up in the morning and instantly it's gone, bitch. It's gone. I love this stuff. My mom actually stole this little bottle from me and she's been using it, but I just stole it back because I had like a little bit of I had like a pimple over here, and I'm like, Mom, I really need that back. You're like 50 years old, work with me here. But this stuff is amazing. I've probably had this for a good year and I don't use it often. So you're not supposed to shake it up. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is there's like liquid, and then there's like a substance at the bottom. It's like a creamy substance, and you dip a Q-tip in all the way to the bottom, and then you spot treat, and then it dries, and then you literally go to sleep, wake up the next day, and your skin is smooth, the pimple is gone, or it's significantly smaller, and the color, it's not red anymore. It's so good, and it's been sold out forever. My mom has literally been trying to get her hands on it, and this is the only bottle we have. But I think there are a couple other websites that she found that you can buy it on. Do not quote me, but that has been sold out from 4th Ray Beauty for so long. Let's talk about my foundation combo that I have been completely obsessed with. Did you guys see my Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation review? If you guys did not, I will link it up here for you guys to check out because it is worth it. This foundation has been a dream, especially with having to wear face masks, because of COVID and stuff like that. This is a foundation that does not budge. I don't necessarily love it on its own, so I will mix these two together. This is the Hourglass Vanish Stick in the shade Nude. I love this just because it gives me a little bit of coverage in the areas I need it, but it also gives a little bit of play because the mattifying foundation is so matte. Like if you don't work fast enough with it, it starts to dry and then it doesn't want to blend as nicely. So what I'll do is I'll apply a light layer of the Too Faced Born This Way, and then once I've blended that out in the areas where I want to add a little bit more coverage, I will take the Vanish stick and just kind of swipe it all over and then blend it out, because then it blends out so nicely and it really does give you a very full coverage, very effortless foundation look. And I'm wearing it right now, both of them together. I do not think my skin looks very dry. That's the one thing that the Born This Way, the matte one, is very drying. So I like to go in with a couple of moisturizers, a moisturizing primer before I apply this foundation, because if you don't, it will pick up on any dry patch in your skin. Even if you don't have dry skin, I can promise you now, you will look dry with this. So I like to mix it together. And like I said, my skin looks effortless. It looks flawless. It does not look too heavy. And it definitely does not look too matte or drying, which I love. But it does not go anywhere. I could rub my friggin' hands on it all over. I can put a mask on, take it off, and my foundation still looks just as good as when I put it on, and it will last all day. I never have to touch it up. I don't ever have to worry about it. It's literally like set and go and you're done. Okay, this favorites video is a little all over the place, but I want to talk about a hair product next. And you guys know I do have like blonde hair back here, and I've just kind of been letting it grow out because I'm not 100% sure of what I want to do with it. I don't know if I want to keep it blonde or if I want to like switch it up and go back to my natural brown, which is up here. I haven't decided yet, but for the remainder of the blonde that is in my hair, I really like to make sure that it's toned. I do not like piss yellow hair. I think it looks disgusting. I really just don't like that kind of blonde. I really like an ashy, very, you know, neutral platinum blonde. And so I really like to tone in the shower, and I only wash my hair probably 2 times a week. That's it. Every time I condition my hair, I will put this Kenra brightening treatment. This is the Intense Violet Toning Mask, and this is amazing. I want to show you guys, but do you see how purple that is? I mean, it is purple. So, and it's all over me. What I'll do when I put my conditioner on is I will take this intense toning treatment and I will just apply this on the areas on my ends. On the back of it, it says to leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes. I probably leave it on for a little bit more than that, but when I tell you my blonde is like ashy and super toned, it's amazing. And I only have to use a little bit because I don't have that much blonde left in my hair, but it is, like I said, very violet, like very, very, very violet. So it's like, it tones so well. And I have the matching conditioner and shampoo for this, so it's all really good for like blonde hair. So if you're someone who has like blonde hair like from the root down, or you have more blonde than I do, like definitely give this a try for toning because it is amazing and it leaves my hair so soft and silky afterward. I have been the absolute biggest fan of these eyelashes, and I wear them every single time I do a makeup look, and it's a little bit disrespectful that I keep wearing them because I have not touched another lash since I started wearing these, and I'm wearing them right now. And would you believe that I purchased them at Walmart? Because I would not. Like Walmart. These lashes at Walmart. And they are the Extension Seeker from Salon Perfect 3D Curl in the style 663. As you can see, I have 4 pairs right here. I have 3 in the box and I have 1 on my eye. And they are so good. You can literally rewear these so many times. This is my 3rd or 4th time wearing these. The only thing you want to do is after every use, peel off the glue that's on there, because if it starts to cake up with glue, then any lash, you know, just gets thrown in the garbage. But if you take glue off every single time you use them, you can use your lashes for a very long time. And I love these. I think that they are extremely dramatic, but also natural. Like I can wear these on, you know, a day where I have a dramatic makeup look on like I do today, or I can wear them on a day where I have like a winged liner and like one shadow in my crease, and they still look so good. Let's talk about the highlighting combo that I have been wearing recently. It's on my cheeks every single day. I have been so obsessed, and it's because I have a little bit of a tan going on and I can't wear these when I'm like pale Casper the Friendly Ghost, and they are two, and I mix them together, and one is Max Global Glow and the other one is Max Soft and Gentle. So I mix these two together. This is definitely more of a, cream champagne, like white highlight. And this is definitely more of a bronzy highlight. So I like to mix them together so it doesn't look like, just white streaks on my cheek. I hate that. You look like a friggin' zebra. But I love looking glowy. And do you see how highlighted I am? Like, it's literally all over my face. It's on my nose. It's on my chin. It's everywhere. And I love this. I purchased this years ago. And the one thing about these MAC like mineralized skin finishes is that you never run out. Like, there's no way, even if you apply it to your skin every single day, you still are not going to run out just because there is so much product in the pan. And you only have to use a little bit. And it's like, gives you that wet, like that extremely wet looking cheek, which I love. I'm not 100% sure if I mentioned this face powder, but it's definitely one of my favorites. And it's been one of my favorites since I got it in PR. And this was probably last year. And it is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Powder Foundation. I do not like to wear powder foundations on its own, but I definitely really like to layer them on a liquid foundation. So I don't like to cake up my face too much with liquid foundation. So if I do a light layer and I'm not satisfied 100% with the coverage, I will take my damp sponge and I will go into the powder and apply it on the areas where I feel like I need just a little bit more coverage. So usually that's like on my cheek area, usually down in this area where foundation tends to, cake up on me, or it tends to, not stick as well throughout the day. That's where I usually will apply this. And I love it. This is completely destroyed. I just want to show you guys. Destroyed. I mean, it's a very soft powder, but when I mean it's amazing, I would recommend it to anybody. Dry, oily, anybody. This foundation powder is so good. And I never really liked foundation powders. I just felt like they didn't do anything for me. I was like, why do I need that? Like, I can get all the coverage I want in a liquid foundation, but I would notice that my skin would start to cake up because all of that liquid and cream product, there was so much of it, built up to get the coverage that I needed, that it would start to, settle in my fine lines, and it would start to, cake up, and it wouldn't look that good throughout the day. But a powder foundation just over top lightly with a damp sponge is everything. It makes your skin look so good, so smooth, and so full coverage, and I love it. I don't know if you guys can hear, but my dog is literally going crazy upstairs because he must think that like the mailman is his best friend or the UPS driver is here to bring him something, but he's going crazy. So if you can hear him barking in the background, just please bear with me, okay? He's just a little nuts. So this setting powder, I think I've talked about probably a couple of years ago, and I just never repurchased it because it was fairly expensive and I really didn't see a crazy difference. I love the CoverGirl translucent powder. It's drugstore, it's affordable. I go through so much powder just because I'm setting my makeup every single day, and I just feel like why go the expensive route when they kind of do the same thing? But for some reason, this powder is like looking very different on my skin now. And it's the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I don't know if it's like formula changed or whatnot, but the formula is so much more finely milled. And it's so like, when I apply it to my skin, it really like smooths it out. It's like I just, face tuned the shit out of my skin. Like, I don't know if it's always been like that or, maybe something has changed, but I love this, and a little bit goes a long way. And I take it on my damp sponge. This is my favorite way to apply setting powder so you don't look dry or cakey. And I will just take a little bit on my sponge and I will just go right underneath my eyes and set my face. And like I said, it smooths everything out. It literally fills in every crack, every pore, and my skin looks so smooth, like I have like an Instagram filter on it, and like it's just this powder. It is a little bit expensive. I think it's like $32 or $39, and that's pretty expensive for a translucent powder. but I really forgot how much I loved it. And I definitely think I'm going to stick with that powder. It is definitely on the more matte side. I definitely want to let you guys know that. It really does mattify your skin. So if you have drier skin, I would suggest using either a little bit of it or steering clear of it altogether. But my oily girls, oily to combination skin, it'll work for you. I don't know. Do you guys see it though? Do you guys see how smooth my skin looks? I don't know if you guys can tell that well on camera, but it looks like so good. I just thought about this product, and this was not originally going to be in my favorites video, but then I was like, you know what? I've been using this every single day, and I've never really talked about another brow product besides like Anastasia and Benefit that I've liked, just because I feel like it takes me like, I don't know. I'm very picky when it comes to my brow stuff. Like, I really want my brows to look like all the time. And the Anastasia brow pencil was one that, not the brow pencil, the brow wiz. The brow wiz is something I used to use all the time. Like, it was my ride or die. I never wanted to change up. And then I ran out of all of mine, and then I had a lot of Benefit stuff from PR, and I just started using the Precisely My brow pencil, and it is like everything. But then I got this in my BoxyCharm, and this is the Hourglass Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil, and I love it. I think it reminds me so much of the Anastasia Brow Wiz. The only thing is it's like really like different shaped. Like, it's not like a round point. It's more of like a flat brow pencil, which I like better because it really does make your brows look like there's like natural hair there. That is what I've filled my brows in with today, and I like it. The color is a little bit on the lighter side. Like, I definitely don't think it matches my brows like perfectly, but I don't like to go too dark because that was a big mistake I used to make before, and then my brows were like sharpied on, and I was like thinking I looked so amazing, but I was like, damn, what the fuck happened to your eyebrows? But like, now I feel like they look really natural, and I don't really have to fill them in that much because I do have rather thicker, filled in brows already. So I just use this to kind of like fill in the sparse areas and shape them a little bit more. But this is so good. I rarely ever talk about eyeshadow brushes anymore. The Sigma ones were my favorite of all time, and I'm not saying that they're not, but I think there are 3 new eyeshadow brushes that I cannot do my makeup without. For the past 2 weeks to 3 weeks, these are the 3 brushes that I have used every single day when I do my makeup, and I love how my eyeshadow comes out. It just like comes out so much more blended. I can get so much more precise like in my crease, and I don't know, I just think my eyeshadow game has like stepped up, and my blending skills have stepped up even more. And like, I feel like I like to like toot my own horn, but I am very big on blending eyeshadow. Like, I will sit there for an hour and a half and do a makeup look and blend my eyeshadow to perfection just because I'm a perfectionist. But this has taken it to another level. And the 3 Morphe brushes are, the first one is the Morphe M504. This is just a fluffy brush. What I like to use this for is crease work, and I like to apply like my transition shade, maybe 1 shade darker than a transition shade with this brush, and it really just gives you like all over control. So it really does, kind of like get the shadow like everywhere where you need it with a light wash, and I love it. It's very big, it's very fluffy, and it's synthetic. So I really like how they're tapered. So do you see how it kind of has like a point? And it really is nice because you could stick it right in your crease, and this pointed part will be in your crease, and the rest will be blending the eyeshadow. So it like takes out the hard work for you. And the next one is the Morphe M505. So it's the exact same shape as the M504, if you can see that, but it's just a lot smaller and a lot more compact. So I will use this when I start to deepen up my crease and I start to apply some darker shades. I love this. It's very stiff, so I can really work it and not get like a mess of color all over. And I can just like set it out in this outer corner and work it in the lower portion of my crease. And then the last brush that I want to talk about is the Morphe M507. This is pretty much, they're all the same shape. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's got the pointed end and like it kind of tapers out after that. But this is just a really, really, really small brush. I love to use this. I use this for this darker shade out here today. It gives me a lot of control, and I love that because when I'm doing eyeshadow with darker shades, you definitely want to go, smaller. So the lighter shade, use a bigger brush. a darker shade, use this, and the darkest shade, you want a small brush. That's going to give you the nice blended look, and it's going to make sure that you have the most control over where your shadow is going and how it's blending. But these three brushes, I cannot do my eyeshadow without it anymore. And the last but not least is going to be some eyeshadow that I've been loving. And I really went through a phase where I wasn't wearing any eyeshadow. I kind of went through this depressive phase where I wasn't doing my makeup. And if I was doing the bare minimum. I wasn't doing any eyeshadow. I was just throwing mascara on and kind of running out the door, and I was just like, nah, whatever. But now I've really gotten back into the swing of things, and now that I've been filming YouTube videos very consistently, probably for the past 2 months, I am loving, you know, playing in makeup again. And this palette has been the one that I always gravitate towards. And this is my extra large Z palette with all of my single shadows in there. I love Makeup Geek eyeshadows. They are so good. I know that they just did like a relaunch, and I'm not sure about the shadow quality of those, but these are everything. As you can see, I've hit pan on a bunch of different eyeshadows, and this is definitely my favorite, you know, palette because it's warm. It's literally speaks to me. This is what I use all the time. I really stick in the neutral tones. Today's look is very different. I used a green, I used a gold. I never usually do kind of anything this crazy, but I wanted to step outside my comfort zone, but for an everyday wear. And the makeup look I had on in 2 videos ago was using all of this palette. I think the last couple of videos, the makeup has been only in this palette that I've been using, and I love it. Okay, guys, that is all that I have for my July monthly favorites video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and let me know some of the products that you guys have been loving that you maybe want me to try in the comments down below, because I'm always open to trying new products. And do not forget to check out my last video. That'll be linked right here. Stay on the channel, have a couple laughs, learn a couple makeup techniques, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.